said I bought you. Yeah, we should roll a pound and count it. Yeah, look at all these heads that I bought you. Yeah, come and help me mount them. Won't stop till my driveway got a fountain. I done quit so many jobs, you would think that I'm a quitter. Really, I need quick cash, I just need it quick fast. So I hit that field till that kid got that big stash. Shit.
You already know what it is. You were listening to The Urban Product. It's your boy DME.
It's your boy Cozy Rich.
It's your girl Imani.
And my fault. Oh, I like
crazy.
that. I was gonna introduce you, but go ahead, hop on. Go ahead, hop on. Let them know.
It's your boy Joel.
Hey, you feel me? How's everybody doing?
It's my birthday.
Okay, facts. Let's just go off.
It's my birthday, guys.
Facts.
My birthday. I turned 23 today, Jordan year.
Happy birthday. How do you feel?
Yeah, it feels
How
like
did you
any
spend
other
it?
day. I went to work, and then I came here. So like every other day. Feel me?
Adulting.
For real though,
Okay,
like
word.
what I did do though, Saturday, I went out, got a table in Boston at a tunnel.
Big baller.
Yeah, it was crazy. Niggas pregame with Patron and Henny. And then we got to the club, bought a bottle of Henny. The table came with a bottle of Belvedere, which is vodka. And then we had Moet, which is champagne.
All right.
Nah. Patron, Henny, vodka, and champagne, bro.
Patron is the white devil.
Bro, that was some different type. That Patron I had was brown. That's how I knew it was bad. Yeah, so long story short, bro, 3 a.m. came. So did the alcohol. That shit was bad. I threw up at least 4 or 5 times after the club, but it was all worth it. And then yesterday, me and a couple of my boys went to Fridays, got some food. So, yeah.
Word.
So in other words, you wasn't TwoLitt, you was 3Lit.
I was, yeah.
Essentially,
bro, that shit was bad. I felt like I was dying, like, heaving. I was forcing myself to throw up, like, I understand how girls feel, like, yo.
What does that mean?
Like, yo, you ever be laying down and then, like, that's when you catch the spins? And you're like, I'm not going down like this. Because I know if I sleep and wake up, it's going to be even worse. So.
I've never made myself throw up.
Well, hold on. The reference to girls, what does that mean?
Like, you ever see movies where girls are just on the toilet or over the toilet, like, I got to throw this up. Like, Crystal, hold my hair, shit like that.
I mean, I don't.
Anorexic?
That was the thing I was connecting it to, but.
My fault, all right.
You just yak when someone holds our
I guess
hair.
I'm stereotyping. It is what it is. I can't be racist to white people anyway, so. I don't care.
When did it go to white people?
Oh, my head.
Imani, how you doing?
My head. Well, last week, Dev told y'all to cover your mouths when you sneeze, wash your hands. And I see that people at Bridgewater State don't want to do that. They just want to, spread germs everywhere. They want to cough. Like it's no tomorrow. It's okay. Thank you so much for having me sick throughout the whole weekend. I was in bed the whole time. I loved it.
So
Thank
that's
you.
why you got sick, because other people don't wash their hands?
I've literally had 2 occasions. I saw my roommate just coughing out in space without covering her mouth.
Ew.
And then I was in class yesterday and someone behind me was coughing without covering their mouth.
So that's why you got sick?
People are dirty, okay?
I find it funny.
People are dirty.
But you know that for a fact, though. That. Like,
I know it because I was fine beforehand. She was in that. I'm never in my room.
So you can prove this.
I can prove this. Let me tell you. Let me give you a nice little short story, and then we're gonna go into our stuff, okay? I usually am not in my room. I usually go to my friend's room. We burn. We chill, whatever. I usually go back to my room to sleep, or if I gotta get ready for class. The 2 days that I actually relax in my room, that's when I get sick. You know why? Because the week prior, my roommate was sick. She was stuck in the room the whole week beforehand. So she must have been in there coughing like crazy, not covering her mouth, not sanitating, whatever. Then you got people...
My fault, go ahead.
You know what I mean.
I'm listening.
You know what I mean.
I need you to tell your roommate to watch this podcast.
That's what I was just thinking. Like, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, I told her, we've had conversations. She's like, yeah, I don't know why people, don't cover their mouth. And I'm sitting here looking at her like.
So why don't you say something then?
I did. I was like, but you didn't do that the other day. And she's like, sometimes I really forget.
Yeah, you guys stupid or are you crazy or are you dumb? Which one?
Like,
You
I
can
don't-
pick one.
I understand y'all sick, but I don't want to be sick with y'all. Just leave me alone. But you know, it's okay. We'll get into it. I'm here today.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
I had to drop food off to Shorty last night. That's how like.
Yeah,
it
Devin was
like,
the GOAT.
crazy. She was. I dropped the food off. She was so happy. Shorty started crying. I was like, oh, it's gonna be okay. Go ahead, take your sick self back to bed. You look better. Feeling better?
Under this, my eyes are red. You know, everything's red.
You'll be alright.
But you know, it's okay.
You'll be alright.
No, I feel like I was on my
that's a
deathbed
big
like
fact.
2 weeks ago.
Yo, get
That's a
some
big
Vicks.
fact.
Get some
Big
Vicks
fact.
vapor rub. You'll be alright.
That's another thing. If I was home, I'd be good. But it's
Facts.
because I'm at school. You know, dirty hoes.
So what you been up to?
Yeah, what you been up to?
I've been tuning into y'all podcast, man. I seen
That's
the
what's up.
conversation last week, and I was actually gonna refute something that you had said, Devin.
Ooh.
You said, I know. I hate when people
came
say,
with the energy right off.
Nah, because I hate when people say.
me up. I love you.
I hate when people say
Cough.
cough on your hands. Don't cough on your hands and then you know
Elbow,
what I mean?
nigga.
Cough
All I
to-
said was cover.
cover. Don't cover nothing. You better face the floor or face your arm like this.
No,
next
you
thing
can't face the floor because it's still in the air.
it's still in your. Would you rather in
Elbow.
your hand and then someone
is the
dap
best
you
way to
up?
do it.
Nigga, I
In
don't,
the-
I don't
in the
cough in my hand.
elbow.
I cough in my arm.
In the
all I
elbow.
said was
No.
cover.
But you said
That's
cover
what
your
don't
mouth.
do in
I'm
the
like,
air.
don't do this and then sneeze all over your mouth and then you
I
come
mean,
in.
me saying
That's when
cover
you
my
do this,
mouth,
bro.
you
You
take it
just-
as my hand. When I just said cover, so that could mean
Ah,
that, it could
you
mean
do.
that. I just said cover.
You right.
Shit.
Nah, absolutely. But nah, my day was it was whack. You know, it was the weather. The weather was just mad gloomy and it just
Yeah.
turned me off. And I'm just tired all day. And I'm just like, I'm never this tired. And I'm looking outside, it's raining, make me want to go to sleep and just cuddle and something like you know.
So you had the day off?
Nah, I was at work, and then went home.
Don't look at me and say cuddle.
Nah, hold on.
Just throw that out there.
Nah, we Gucci over here, man.
It's crazy. It's
Nigga look me right in my eyes.
crazy.
I just want to lay up and cut
I
all
mean,
that.
I'm a very different person, man. I ain't mean like that. Nah.
It's crazy.
But nah, man, it was the weather threw me off. That was all.
All right. Word.
Yeah,
Word.
Traffic was sick.
Well, I got over my sickness.
No one asked.
Right.
I guess
We
y'all
didn't
gotta.
even ask you yet.
Huh?
We didn't even ask.
I don't care. I'm just
We
talking.
gotta ask you, nigga.
Nah, it's
How
all
was
I'm
your
talking.
day?
First of all, all right. So
Thank you. He's gonna talk.
my day has been all right. I got over my sickness. I was down and out like 2 weeks ago.
Must be
I had a fever, and then I had a cough, and I was like congested. I had the sniffles. I had
So you
everything.
sure
You
that's
feel
not how
me?
you got sick?
I don't know. Man, who knows?
I hope not.
But
Devin.
I got over that. Now I'm chilling. Same old bullshit dealing with work and all that shit. But I'm here. Tuesdays are my favorite day of the week because we come to pod. You feel me? Now we got DJ Potential in the studio.
You know
He
that.
came through the show to talk to y'all about some stuff. You know, if y'all don't remember, depends on how early you guys tuned into the podcast. But like maybe back in the summer, the Urban Product actually did a collaboration with his brand that he's about to talk about in a bit. But we did this Peace Day event over in Dorchester in Boston. So if you guys remember that from the summer, that's who he was connected to. You feel me?
Yes, indeed.
So with that being said, you guys do you want to introduce TwoLitt to our listeners what that was? If
Yeah,
they didn't
man.
peep the video that we dropped in the summer.
Yeah, man. So with the tournament, it was our first event and whatnot. But TwoLitt is a networking and entertainment company. And what we really want to do is really just specialize in event planning, partnerships, and collaborations. Where we really want to promote is really unity in Boston, because I feel like Boston is really not a welcoming city. We really hate the people we produce that get out of Boston. I feel like we don't show them no love a lot. We don't have too many, but we don't really show them a lot of love. In fact, we hate them for that. I don't know why.
Elaborate on that.
Like, it's like music. In the music industry, there's literally beef behind music. So there was this one dude, Mills, Mills on my mix, he signed to Jadakiss, you know what I'm saying? He made it out,
Millions?
Yeah, Millions.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You know,
My fault.
he's from Cambridge or whatever,
Yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah.
And he signed, he made it out, whatever, cool, and people are hating on him for being on my mix. Like, I got some threats on social media because he's on my mix. And I'm just like, yo, why you mad?
But
He
he's
made it.
from out here.
Huh?
But he's from out here.
My
so-
point exactly, and the dude who hit me and was like threatening me was a dude from out here. And I was talking to a couple of different people, and they're like, yo, like a lot of in the music industry, a lot of people like they hate amongst their own, like they see that as competitors or like. And this is a certain situation that happened too that's involved in it, but we ain't gotta get any deeper into that. But that's kind of why I started TwoLitt. I feel like we can have a great impact if we just promote unity and kind of develop a culture surrounding that and working together. And that's what I'm here for, man. Like, I love working with y'all. You said I reached out to Darnell and I asked, can I be on the podcast? He had to hit me up. I'm like, nah, I want to ask this dude. Like, let me get on here. And it was that easy. A text to him. You know what I mean? Even in connecting me with Dutch, it was like, it was an easy text to Darnell, text to you, a text to Dutch. And it came all the way back to what? To me. You know what I'm saying? So just being the middleman and orchestrating partnerships all throughout Boston, making sure people work together.
With that being said, don't think it's that easy to get here, yo. Because I don't want anyone listening to just hear what this dude said. Like, yeah, I just hit up Rich, and next thing you know, I'm here. Nah.
You got to stand for something and be
You about to get
something,
dumped really quick if that's how you approach us.
Nah, you got to develop your juice, man. You got to develop your juice.
So, all right, what are you cooking up right now? What's the next plan for TwoLitt?
What's the next plan? Well, I've been asked that question a lot, and you know we only had that one tournament so that was the last one. You guys were there. So we have our first tournament this year. It's gonna be a sip and paint. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be Black History Month, the last day of Black History Month, the 29th on Saturday. It's gonna be an Ideal Mixer and Mattapan right there in the center of the hood. You know what I'm saying? And we just wanna really bring people out to have a good night. Paint. You're gonna drink a little bit. You're going to network with different kinds of people, and at the end, we're going to have like a little dance session kind of like thing if you want to be a little more open, if you're a little more tipsy at the time, and, you know, you see your paintings over there drying, and you want to get out, be a little more open. You know, we're going to have a little dance session at the end and try to mix it up, make it a little different.
How can people be a part of that? Is it something you just show up to? Do you get a ticket? Like, how does that work?
There are tickets. We do have an Eventbrite on our Instagram page at TwoLitt Lifestyles. The link is on that. You can see me or any of my team members posting it as well. If you know me or any of my team members, CJ, Kevin, Stiz, Bobby. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people kind of know who they are, and so just go on any one of us social media platforms.
Now, is it just a sip and paint, or is it Mary Jane friendly as well?
What you mean?
Can people smoke there as well?
No.
You can smoke right before you come in.
Right, makes sense. You never know. You gotta ask questions.
Nah, indeed, I agree.
And what time is this from?
This is from 7 to 10 on that Saturday.
Okay.
And, you know, one thing we're trying to really install after the event is kind of like having a word for people after. So, you know, Stripe is a promoter. He's one of my team members. He promotes out for the city, you know, for Pretty Ugly Media. Shout out to them. They do a lot of club events, and what we really want to do is kind of give people a word. So, like, if he's promoting an event that night and everyone seems like they're nice, they want to go out, they want to continue the party, we're going to give them a word. We're going to give them, like, oh, venue's popping tonight, this club's popping tonight, so they can have something to do if they want to. Just have options.
If I wanted to throw a party, could y'all, like, help me organize that?
Of course, absolutely. Just hit me up, my guy. Urban product party? What? We'll have it crazy in here.
Stay tuned.
It's crazy too because he's a DJ, so it'd be even better. You know what I mean? You wouldn't even have to struggle to find out. I just want to say, with that news developing, big things coming soon.
Big things.
So what are you looking for with this whole TwoLitt movement? Like, what do you expect from the city? What do you want from the city? How do you want them to respond to it?
I want to have a big directory, a network directory where we include all of our contacts, our partnerships, our collaborations, any events we did, anyone we tag team with and worked with, and their partnerships, and just have it on one big list that we can all source from for a passing on of knowledge, a passing on of connections, a passing on of resources that some people lack that don't have, and I know people who do have, and other people that they know have it. And it's just like, I feel like if we have a source that people can come to for amateurs, the startups, the local, and we have corporate connections. I work in corporate right now. So it's just about building that bridge and being able to have people come up and just access like, yo, do you have someone in this field or this market or this industry that can probably give me some guidance, some mentorship, even some tips, you know what I mean? I want to be like the middleman. Yeah, I want to be the middleman. I want to orchestrate all that.
So who are you trying to connect with right now?
Right now? Well, right now for the Sip and Paint, we are connecting with Jamal Monét. He is an artist, an independent artist. If you look him up on Instagram I think it's Confleeky. I don't know his Instagram name, but he has all his work there, and he's gonna be our artist for the night. He's gonna be instructing everyone on how to make the canvas and what we're gonna be painting. It's a surprise, so I can't really tell you guys just yet. And then after that, we'll hopefully looking to partner up with Muscle Mass out of New Bedford. You know, shout out to them. It's a fitness organization. You know, he's a fitness trainer, actually, the guy who runs it, and he has a lot of merch. And you know, we're gonna do a pole dancing kind of fitness class for the ladies to appeal more than women. And I don't want y'all to get like that especially after seeing, I don't know if y'all seen that stripper who fell.
Busted her jaw, bro. Broke her face. Some teeth fell out. She kept
Guys, it's
twerking, though.
okay.
She
kept
kept
twerking,
twerking.
She
though.
was
She
the
kept
definition
twerking.
of too lit, yo.
Yo, on dog, bro. She kept it going,
Kept it
persistent.
professional.
But we kind of want to pitch it towards fitness because you know how much upper body strength it takes to lift your body up there. Like what she did, although she fell, I couldn't get up there myself. Like, and I got enough upper body strength, but nah, I couldn't do that.
It's a lot.
I feel that. Okay. And when are you trying to organize that?
And hopefully we're in the works, so nothing defined yet. But before the summer, before July, before my birthday month, hopefully we'll have something set for sure.
Beautiful.
See how we just slide that in there? Yeah, what's up before my birthday month? Just slide that in.
Leo, shout out Leo gang. You know.
So let me ask you.
Nah, I gotta dap you a real nigga.
So let me ask you this. TwoLitt. Why the name TwoLitt? Where did that come from?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's a funny story. So 2016, it was kind of a gang name. It was something to be in association with. It was just me and my brother, me and him. And the main thing we was doing that summer was kind of relieving stress and getting the creative element to develop more money, develop more wealth. You know what I mean? One day we were in the car, we were a little lit. And I'm telling him, like, yo, this summer I really had a great bond with you. Like, because we had reconnected. We were best friends as young. Life played its role. We kind of separated in high school, met back at college. And that whole summer, 2016, I remember 2016, it was a late year, a lit summer. Getting towards the end, I'm about to make moves to school, telling him, yo, we got to call ourselves something. You know, there's always a group. They always have associations. And I'm like, what should it be? And I'm telling him, and I think he said a sentence, or I said a sentence involving TwoLitt. And he goes, yo, why not that be our thing? Like our name, our association. And I'm like, word? He's like, yeah, we're two people and we're both lit. I was like, yeah, that makes perfectly good sense. And that's how kind of like the name came about. I didn't know it would come into fruition to be a company. But
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, how did that in turn become a company?
it started off as merch. While I was in school. People gravitated towards it a little bit. I wanted it to be more than merch, but so when people were telling me like, yo, you should make this into a business, you should do something more. I'm like, all right, cool, but like merch doesn't impact. I feel like it doesn't make an impact on people. So I'm like, if I turn this into a company, I want to turn it into something that's going to impact people's lives, something that can help people, put people in the city. And essentially, I went back to that same summer, 2016. I remember us throwing a party. It was a TwoLitt party. It was the first event ever. It's called TwoLitt Bonfire. And my brother put me in connection with his cousin. It was me and his birthday. And the way it just came into fruition was just lit. Me and him working together outside from him, putting the money together, and then the event was just crazy. Like, I know it's just a party, and we don't want to just specialize in parties. We have so much different type of events. But just seeing that, I'm like, that's what I can do. It clicked for me right there and then. I like putting people together. I like working with other people. So I centered it around Boston and I'm a local startup, so I know how hard it is to get a business started up. So I was like, help the next man out, basically, is what I want to do.
Now, let me ask you this question, because I know you said you guys don't want to be associated with a party. Do you think the name TwoLitt has that connotation, though? When, like, you say, like, TwoLitt, people just think party automatically. Do you worry about that at all?
I do think it carries this type of stigma. I think overall, when you think of, like, TwoLitt or just being lit, like, it does carry that stigma, but we want to draw away from that. Like, and through our events, people will see what we mean by that. You know what I mean? But it could mean that. And TwoLitt is a universal phrase, so it's not just a me thing. It could be anyone thing. Y'all use it. I feel like people use it, don't even know they use it. Like, yo, that was TwoLitt, bro. That, like, it's cool. It's good. It's, you know?
I feel that. Okay.
So wait, do you still sell the merch?
Yeah, of course. We sell the merch.
Where can people get that?
Right.
Also, on our website, it will be links on that as well. I just temporarily moved it for the event link, so I kind of want people to drag on that, but it's going to be back after the event.
Okay. All right,
Yes.
beautiful. So where can people reach out to you directly in order to, set up these contacts and set up these events?
Well, we have a TwoLitt email, twolit22@gmail.com, and we have, again, just social media platforms. I feel like it's a big way to contact us. It's very easy. If you don't have that, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really in tune with the technology in this world today, except I don't like being on my phone a lot, but other than that, everything else is pretty much a go.
Okay.
With everything you've been trying to do with TwoLitt, do you still find time to DJ?
Of course. I DJ every day, man. You got to really work on. I like the craft. DJ is my passion, so I feel like the more I play with it, the more I fall in love with it. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going.
You gotta explain how you even got started doing that, DJing.
How I started, it was like also another thing that happened. It's kind of like sophomore, junior year. At that time, I was big heavy on parties, on college parties. I was going out every Thursday, every weekend. Like, this was my time to shine. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I felt personally I couldn't enjoy myself because I didn't like the style of, like, the way the DJs was mixing and matching their music. You know, at the time, I was like, nah, these dudes suck. Over time, when you develop as a DJ, you'll realize they don't suck. I personally just don't like their style of play. That's all it was. And with that, I always kind of have a thing for, like, playing music at parties, being a guy on the playlist on YouTube and kind of mixing. People always said, you had the potential to do this, bro. You got the potential to be a DJ. Like, why don't you just try it out and see what happens? Hence the name, DJ Potential, you know? And then I got aboard that same year, sophomore year, started practicing, picked it up, fell in love, and history.
One thing that we also forgot to mention was, if you pulled up to our crib that we talked about at Springfest, at the party that we threw at Springfest that popped off for maybe a good 45 minutes before it got shut down. Yeah, he was the DJ that, you know, had that going down. Yeah,
That was a good ass time.
That was a great day. Let me just say that was a great day. First of all, hold on. Hey, I'll just give.
First of all, y'all still live there. Like, what's the word for this year?
We in the works.
I wasn't in there, and it's a dub.
Oh no, I'm not saying for him it's a dub. I'm saying my crib
For
is
his
a
crib,
dub.
it's a dub.
We're just not doing that shit this year.
Nah,
It was great last
it was
year.
packed,
though.
man. It was too
poppin'.
packed.
Yeah, it was too
crazy.
lit. It was too lit.
I wasn't there.
But now let's talk about more the DJ side of you.
Okay.
So how do you feel about the current scene in Boston? DJ scene, the
I
music
feel like
scene.
we have many
Club scene,
actually.
party scene, my fault.
We have mad talented DJs. I'm starting to realize a little more. The club scene, it is like I was watching a Dutch episode and he mentioned a lot of favoritism, and that's a fact. But my thing, I had a purpose coming into DJing. Although it's my passion, I had a purpose, and it was just to make extra money. It wasn't to really tap into the scene, the club scene. But seeing as I have a team member of my brand, Stripe, who's a promoter for the nightclub, I did try it out one time, and you know I enjoyed myself. But it's not something I'm like chasing as far as like club scenes. I'm only just chasing like colleges and kind of private parties where the bread is at. You know what I'm saying? It's for extra bread. Against running my own business, literally extra money. And if I ever get time to really just dive in more into it, then I will. But as of right now, this is my
more
main,
on the business side.
This is my main thing. DJing is my craft and my love, and I practice every day. I do get gigs here and there, and I love working on mixes. Like mixes is just so fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw you had a lot of local talent in the last mix that you put out. If the one that I'm thinking about is correct, yeah, I saw a lot of local talent. If not, it was all local talent.
Yeah,
right?
no, that was the purpose of it. It was all local talent. Make sure you check out Massachusetts Finest on my SoundCloud, DJ Potential. It was just, I felt like I was listening to a lot of Boston music within the past 2 years, and two of the biggest people that kind of inspired me was Don Dada, GYB, and then Alejandro Blanco. Those are like people I kind of know personally. They're some of the rappers that were involved in the mix. And then one time my brother was like, yo, you know, you thinking about adding these dudes to like, you know, your dance hall mixes and your reggae mixes. Why not just make a mix of all like message, like affiliated out here, you know, your peoples right here. And I'm just like, yo, that would be a pretty sick idea, you know. And I'm thinking at the time I'm BSing. I'm like, yeah, it's a cool idea. Then I just started listening to mad Boston music. Just all started coming up through my SoundCloud. And I'm like, yo, this dude's interesting. This dude's interesting. Maybe I could make this work. And I ended up making a list, drafting, cutting people, adding people. And it just came into fruition like that. And I'm just like, it works because it's a mix about all Massachusetts rappers. So as far as the rappers, they get a chance to see other rappers. Either they want to see as competitors or features. Or the one thing I didn't do is add the producers, but you get a chance to see the different beats and producers that you probably don't know that you could probably work there because they're right here in your state, in your city. For the consumer standpoint, it gives them the chance to listen to more artists out here. You know, that's simply what it was. For me, it's just a marketing gig. You know what I mean? More artists who would know of DJ Potential and know I'm spinning your music. So yeah, that was kind of the big purpose overall. And then either way, whether you look at it as from a competitive standpoint, like, oh, these are my competitors, or these are people I can possibly feature with, it creates a musical culture. I think it creates a culture out here that we're not really a big talking. If you ever hear like music talk, you hear Atlanta, you hear New York, you hear Chicago, you hear LA. Do you ever hear Boston, Mass?
Nah.
Never.
Ever?
It's a crazy thing.
That's what we're for.
And it's like,
That's what we're for.
as a unit, we suck. We don't have no unit sound. Individually, all we have is talent. All we
Yeah.
have is bars and beats and producers that can what? And I just wanted to display something, some type of culture we have, so we can be in that talk. You know what I mean? Because we do have the talent out here to represent for us.
They do.
That is crazy.
It's crazy,
We
yeah.
really don't have. I think about it
Like a Boston sound.
Thank you.
New
Like
York
I'm
has its
just
sound.
saying.
Like Pop Smoke, nigga, New York. Feel me?
Yeah, you
Automatic.
know-
That's a New York nigga.
You know drill. You know
Nipsey, that's a West Coast LA nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You hear Young Thug, you know that's a Zone 6 ass nigga.
I mean, the only reason why Boston doesn't have like an established sound is because people don't make it out here don't make it out here that often. So like if you had a bunch of people from Boston all blowing up around the same time, their sound as a collective would be what the Boston sound would be. You feel me? Like for example, when New York was dead for a while and then ASAP Mob came in and fucked the whole scene up. That's what the New York sound was. You feel me? And now that New York kind of involved into this whole drill shit with like Pop Smoke and like Fabio and like all them, that's just what the New York sound is becoming. It's just there will be a sound if something pops off. If nothing pops off, you just don't have a sound. So the fact that we only got like one or two Boston artists that like popped off, being like Stiz or Joyner, who doesn't even really claim Boston. If somebody from outside of here is like, what is the Boston sound? Anyone that popped off, you can kind of only look at Stiz. And since cool, he's him, but I wouldn't say he's the only thing that Boston represents. So that's why I'm saying like that doesn't represent the sound of Boston well. You know, if you don't have anyone popping off, there's no one to recognize.
How can we get
But
people
we do
to
have a
pop
sound.
off though? That's the thing. Like, what is the way to do that?
We're whack.
help
I
each
feel
other
Yeah.
out, bro. Help
No,
each
no,
other
no.
out.
When I say like we're whack, like I don't mean like our artists are whack. I feel like how we choose to support is
Each
whack
other,
because
yeah.
think about it, like
Big
people
facts.
in the poppin' cities like New York, Atlanta, LA, when they have artists popping off over there, they pop off like in the city first and then they like
Branch
pop
out,
off like
yeah.
globally or internationally and shit like that. But when you're coming from a city from Boston where a lot of artists don't pop off, we discover our artists through the internet. We don't discover our artists by the people who are outside or the people who are down the street. We just discover our artists through the internet. So, and how we discover our artists, we discover the ones that go viral. You feel me? The ones that blow up or like they just made an instant hit. When that just gets sent our way and it comes to Boston, that's what we think is hot. So unfortunately, since we have that mindset, anybody out here that drops something, if we don't get that viral hit or that viral feel that we do anytime we find something hot on the internet, we just automatically dub it as trash. Unfortunately, that's just what it is.
That's a fact, bro. That's a
But Boston does have a lot of talent, but for some reason we never want to support our own because once again, we don't have that sound. So like we can never just upload something and be like, oh, that's it. That's the one. You feel me? They gotta
Not
take
even
mad
that.
people to say
I feel
that.
like some people. Sorry to cut you off. I
Nah,
feel like
nah,
mad
go ahead. I'm
people.
just talking.
Like when you hear someone say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a EP or I'm gonna do music," it's kind of like people kind of get like, "Why are you gonna do music for?" Like, and then it's already discouraging. Like I feel like in Boston, like we're not only supporting each other by branching out our music to different groups, but like once you hear people saying they're trying to get into that business, that lifestyle, you already have people kind of like, why would you do that? Like Boston's known for like the business aspect, medical stuff. We're not really known for music. So I feel like when I hear somebody say they're gonna be in music, I'm like, are you sure? Because I feel like if you really want to be in it, like you really have to put the time and energy. And I feel like there's already like a downplay of it, like, oh, you're just gonna rap, like it's okay.
So you're basically saying like people already putting it in your mind that it's not worth the time.
Yeah.
So why even invest
Why
the
even
time?
go
And
in there?
people are just not even.
I feel like people are more like, especially with Boston being such a like an education city or whatever. They're like, no, just go work or go to school and get your degree and do that. Like that's something that's more believable, I guess, and something that will be more successful than you going into music. Which, depending on who you are, it is. But everyone has their own shit that they like to do. I don't feel like you should discourage them if they find something that they like.
I do feel like there's a big wave after like kind of little pump of like people just up and starting to just become rappers. So that's why it kind of gives a stigma of like not taking you serious because you wasn't a rapper before all that. Now you want to be a rapper. Maybe you think it's a quick money gig scheme or whatever the case may be. I think the stigma behind that and what it follows, that's why it can get a little discouraging. People probably don't believe in that you can, start up and make real music. You know what I mean? If that's really what you want to do. So, yeah.
But like, here's the thing also. At one point in our life, everyone in this room, everybody listening, everyone wanted to be a rapper at one point in their life.
I was.
If they don't want to say Imani, you were definitely staring at yourself in the mirror at one point, spitting bars to yourself. You was definitely doing that.
Bars. That's a crazy.
You never acted like you was in a music video?
And well, if you didn't want to rap, if you didn't want to rap, you wanted to sing. You wanted to do something. You feel me? You wanted to do something in terms of like some music aspect or entertainment. We all wanted to do that. You feel me? But like, the thing is, the people that make it work, if you pay attention, those people are kind of in collectives already. Like the ones who always seem to pop off randomly, they got a team behind them, or they got like other artists behind them. You feel me?
That's a big fact.
What sucks about out here is that like, I don't know, not Malden, my fault. I'm from Malden. Hi. Boston being, I like to say, like a sports city of championships. Hi. I can count the rings. How you doing? When like we just have that competitive mindset where we just feel like we can all just make it on our own. You feel me?
Yeah.
Where we all just think we don't need to come up with a team. You know, if I'm fire, I can just drop shit by myself and I'll be fine. But in the internet era, people just don't understand how important collaboration is, because you just got a bunch of artists together. At that point, it's not even about blowing up by yourself. If you're coming up with more people, it's so much easier to blow up together than individually. You feel me? It's so much easier. Because for example, you can look at Van Buren down in Brockton. I remember hearing them individually time to time. But then when they came up as a collective and they just started doing shit together, next thing you know, they're opening up at House of Blues because they move better when they're together. You feel me? Like they move better when they're together.
You get better
now,
ideas. You got more minds put to one collective goal.
You feel me?
It's easier to get to that goal when you got more minds just plotting how we gonna do that. How we gonna chase the bag? What's the next move? You think doing that by yourself, you're gonna be stuck sometimes. You feel me? That's why we got like 3 of us. Imagine if it was just one of us doing this every day or every week.
If it was just me, none of y'all would listen to this.
You feel me?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. If it was just me, none of y'all would listen to this right now. But it's not, because I know me, Imani, Darnell, those are 3 individual personalities. But when you bring them together, you feel me? It's this, you feel me? That's why it's lit. So like you can say Van Buren down in Brockton is another example. Bandits, the label down in Brockton with the whole like D the Flies in his camp. The fact that they're moving as one is another smart move. Then you got Cambridge, and you got everybody. We all know the Cambridge crew, like Don Deasy, G Nipsey, and all of them. They just move as a collective, so they make it's easier for them to make noise in the city, because you just think of a group, you go to that group, and then you pick out the individuals from there. You feel me? But you're already looking at the group as a whole, so the attention is right there. But the fact that everyone just wants to come up individually, when they find out they don't make it, they're like, it's harder. Just, put your pride to the side and just work with people. Yeah. You feel me? Don't be afraid to actually take criticism of your work, because the criticism is literally because people want you to be better. You feel me? That's how I see it. I don't know. You could probably attest to that, because you made a whole mix full of artists that I probably never listened to.
That's all I'm about. That's what I'm pro for. But to play like devil's advocate, as a DJ, I didn't receive much help. I had a bunch of DJ friends, a bunch of people. There's only like 2 people who helped me and kind of taught me a little bit of the basics, a little bit of advanced, and then it was on my own. And I realized at the time I was just so mad at all these friends I've developed. Like, all y'all DJs, and none of y'all trying to willing like to just sit down with me and just teach me a couple tips. But it forced me to like pick it up myself and just practice, bro, and like. I don't like to boast. I'm not, the greatest DJ in Boston, but I'm far from that. But I feel like I am good. I'm a good DJ.
How much better would you have been though if you got some tips ahead of the game? Like, if you got tips.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you got tips right away, or like they showed you some secret way to get this mix faster or something. I don't know how to DJ, so I'm just coming up with stuff.
For me, it's like I don't think in any other situation, like for me, I like really take people's word very serious. Like if I'm asking for tips and stuff, it's because I really believe in what you're gonna tell me. So I feel like I would have grasped it at that moment when they were telling me. So I would have picked up everything I have now a lot faster, probably being a little bit more advanced. But I'm not mad, because I'm on my own marathon. I'm on my own pace. You know what I mean? So whenever I just get that nice, I get that nice. You know what I'm saying?
But were they not willing to help you, or did you just not ask for help?
No, I created my opportunities. I literally would DM, hit them up, be on backs. You know what I'm saying? To be like, yo, can you help me out? You know, I'm just trying to learn a little more. I'm picking up slowly by myself, but you know, your help can help. You know, and people, it's not like they would say directly no. They would be like, yeah, but they'll brush it off. They want to follow up. I would follow up, and then it would just go nowhere.
See, and that's the whole collaborating thing I was talking about, where like nobody wants to just work together.
Even between groups too. Like I know some rappers that won't work with a certain other rapper because of beef or certain territorial nonsense outside of the music game, and I'm like, if y'all just take that out of the way, y'all just missing out on opportunities, honestly.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, when it comes to shit like that, I'm just like, bro, how old are we?
Yeah.
Are we really like? How old are we really? Like this is. I don't want to go on into how stupid that is, but
I was
top 5.
My top 5 what? DJs?
Nah, Massachusetts artists.
Massachusetts artists?
Yeah. Ooh. I won't even limit it in Boston. I'll just say Massachusetts.
You
don't gotta say me.
Huh? You say you don't gotta say me.
Oh yeah, thank God.
You weren't
even
on
name.
the mix, bro. You weren't even on
the mix. I didn't send my shit in time.
Definitely expect the volume 2 and the volume 3. You heard?
Okay.
I'll send it in time though. I got you.
I'd say.
By the way, this episode is sponsored by McFlurry's.
That's hard. That's Don Dada, GYB.
Is this in order?
Huh?
No, it doesn't have to be in order.
All right, cool.
I won't do that to you now.
Don't do that. They're going to look at it and be like,
you'll light his ass up. What you mean?
I'll say Don Dada, GYB, Alejandro Blanco, Zay. He's based out of, I think, Lynn, I want to say. I'm not too sure. Lawrence, maybe? I'm not sure. But Zay's fire. What's that, 3? Mm-hmm. Cousin Stiz, you know, got to have one mainstream in there. I think he's dope. And last but not least, King. My boy King, my boy D. You know, he's upcoming. He's very new. I think he only got like a video or 2 out, but his videos
he just
popping.
goes by King.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Literally, he's dope. Fire music.
Word. It's crazy.
Yeah,
to see
those are my top 5.
And I only knew 1 out of the 5, so
and
that's a lot. You feel me?
I'm gonna go peep Zay. The way you advocated for
once he
Zay,
said it, I was like,
I'm gonna go peep Zay.
Bro, lyrical as hell, bro. Like if you like bars and we like lyrics, like he's the one I would definitely go to for a vibe.
I'm gonna roll up to Zay later. Let's see what happens.
Nah, for sure, man.
See this man Zay, he put you on.
Yeah, man. Make sure to peep out Volume 2 and Volume 3. We're going to have those on the way, you know, exposing more artists. The second one's definitely going to be targeted more toward female artists. I know I didn't show y'all a lot of love on the first mix. But, you know, I didn't know half of y'all, but now I go and check out all these people's catalogs. That's why I'm always posting about, can I get some new artists from people, from my followers, my fans, I guess. I don't know. A lot of people be posting different people. Even if it's just your friend, you're supporting someone that's starting up their music. Mm-hmm. You can have some fire stuff. You just don't have the platform to show it out to people, and that's what I can be. That's the door. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's fire, I'm going to put it on my mix.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. If you're from out here, I'm supporting you. You can have whatever opinion you want about me and my business. I don't even take pleasure and business together. Like, you can hate me, but if your music's fire, I'm out here supporting you. Mm-hmm. Just know that.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this about mixes. Do you try to put them out on like a consistent basis, or is it just like when you got the time, you got the time?
I'm trying to be more like on a consistent basis, but it's like when I look at other DJs and kind of when I started up, I had to like use something as a measure, as a stat of like how to go about the business in a sense. I don't feel like a lot of DJs really, unless like you mainstream, like, you know, Private Ryan or like a DJ Flex, they don't consistently drop music. You know what I mean? Consistently drop mixes. So I don't feel like never felt the need to consistently do it, but as I'm doing it and getting a lot better, I feel like I can, just to remain relevant as DJ potential, get more gigs, more leads, and things of that nature. So there's no set time as of right now. I kind of just like to take my time and really listen to the mix and make sure it's up to my standard, because I'm my hardest critic.
Respect that. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you believe the radio is dead?
Do I believe that radio is dead?
No, it's just a quick question. It's just a quick. I have a reason for asking that question.
I don't listen to the radio. Mm-hmm. I can tell you that. I don't think it's dead.
Got an aux cord or Bluetooth. Why I need the radio for?
Yeah,
because my reason for asking that is like another reason why it was easy in other cities to pop off is because like their local radio stations would just play their shit. And now I'm thinking, now we're in the streaming era where we just stream everything online, but like, there's still radio out here. And I'm like thinking, like, I get maybe nobody listens to the radio, but the fact that the radio is still a thing, like, maybe do I blame the radio for maybe not getting like people hip to Boston artists?
It's radio here.
Radio here. What are the stations people listen to?
Jamming
96.9?
For the hip hop ones,
for
for the hip hop ones, we got Hot 96.9 and Jam 94.5.
94.5. And then they even had like a R&B one, but like honestly,
all they play is mainstream shit.
Bro, yeah.
Yeah.
Jamming 94.5 is
those,
straight throwbacks.
Yeah.
All in the same throwbacks
and it's the
all
same
day.
Throwbacks, yeah.
Yo.
And then even like the morning shows that they have, you know.
Miro, Pebbles, Melissa.
Yeah. They're on 96.9 now.
Yeah, it's
really?
Which is
Yeah, they are.
crazy.
See, nobody listens to the radio. Facts.
I don't listen to the radio. I can say I don't listen to the radio. I just don't. That's just me.
I listen to them in the morning.
I mean, shout out to DJ E-Double because with his Launchpad platform, sometimes he be shouting some local artists out.
That's what's up.
And he's a DJ affiliated with Jam 94.5. So I'll give him his shout out on that. But like, I feel like, and he'll have like other people pull up to the Launchpad, which is dope. And I'm happy that he has that platform in order to do that. But it would just like be dope for like, for example, if like celebs when they go on their press runs, if you go to New York or LA, you're stopping by at least 6 different spots in those cities. You feel me? Yeah. But like when people pull up to Boston, because I feel like radio is so dead, and when celebs and artists come up to Boston and maybe they get an interview with like one of these radio stations, I feel like, I don't know, since no one listens to the radio, they're not going to get that that response that they deserve or that recognition that they deserve. So I just feel like they will just stamp Boston as just a whack city in general. When I'm like, nah, there's just shit there. There's just no way for y'all to just get it. You feel me? There's no way for the resources to actually hit you. So like, I feel like that's what we're working towards. You feel me? Like, you know how for TwoLitt, you're kind of just making it like a network to just try to connect all these other little things. Yes. Like the urban product, we're just a connection from Boston to the world. You feel me? So like, none of these other niggas are doing it, so here we are just doing it for them. You feel me? At least we're at least trying to make it. So that's why I just ask about the whole radio shit, because eventually radio will be dead and podcasting will take over the world. Yeah. And just know who's here. You feel me? When that shit happens, just know who's here first. You feel me?
No, I definitely believe that though. Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, without radio, definitely makes it harder for local artists to definitely display their work and use another platform. But
facts. What nigga? Fucking flex. Do you know how many New York artists flex put on,
just
bro?
About to say that.
Like, you want me to be honest though? Like, in all my time of listening to Boston radio, I can't remember a time when they ever promoted Boston artists. That's never been a thing here.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's just rare, bro. Very, very rare.
I've never experienced
very, very rare.
I haven't listened to the radio in a long time. But even before Stiz signed Major, I never heard Stiz on the radio. Like, I don't know. Maybe you might hear Perfect on the radio now, but before he signed his major deal, I don't think I ever heard Stiz play on the radio. And he, in Suffolk County, came out in like 2015 or some shit. Mm-hmm. And he dropped his debut album this past year. So that's a lot of time that could have been played out if Boston played it right. You feel me? Yeah, and now he's in LA. He could have stayed in Boston. Yeah. He could have stayed in Boston, but he's in LA now. You feel me? Because that's where the connections are. And I don't blame him. But it'd be dope if the city was just another one of those hubs too. Over time, I think we can get there. But I think we're just not there right now.
We're definitely a small market for music, but don't get it twisted, we do have market. You know, artists do come out here, do their concerts, get booked. You know what I'm saying? I was just talking to my cousin who is a rapper. And he was telling me, like, yeah, you know, a lot of us leave out here because there's bigger markets. Not that Boston isn't a market for music, but there's just L.A. Think of L.A. and think of Boston.
Oh, I'm hip. I'm thinking of everyone that lives in L.A. Like, you can collab with niggas down the street. What you talking about?
It's definitely market. It's just, like I said, it's just small out here. And then if we can make it bigger, you know, make the platforms bigger for artists to display their work, who knows who we can be? We can be in that conversation with the LAs and the Chicagos and, you know, everybody else that's in that gang with got a formally known sound.
Facts.
I respect that.
Facts. I respect all that shit.
Yeah.
Anybody got any more questions? Want to get into a couple podcast topics?
Sure.
All right. Quick question: Did any of y'all see the Gayle King and the Gayle King
Why you
interview?
whispering, nigga?
Right.
What? Nah, y'all can hear me. Did any of y'all see the CBS
Sound
Gayle
like
King
mad
interview?
deep.
I didn't watch it, but I see
Because this is some real shit that I wanted
Oh.
to talk about real quick.
Is
Is
this-
online and stuff.
So this is you're talking about when she was talking. Was it Kobe's wife? No, it
No,
wasn't Kobe's wife.
No.
it was
It
Leslie.
was-
Leslie.
Lizzie,
Oh,
yeah.
Leslie.
Hold on, I
What's
got
her
you right
name?
now.
Lisa
Oh,
Leslie.
Lisa
Leslie,
Leslie.
the WNBA
Yes,
legend.
LA Sparks legend.
And then she
Said
was
his
just like
wife.
bringing up Kobe's rape case and like how he shouldn't be celebrated because of that.
Yeah, does everyone know what I'm talking about? By the way,
I seen posts and stuff,
Yeah.
but I didn't like tune in. Like
I didn't watch
should
the
have.
whole like
Yeah.
interview. I didn't do
okay,
that.
pretty much. So Lisa Leslie came on to CBS, their morning show, and they had an interview with Gayle King. And then I guess at some point they had a conversation about Kobe Bryant, and then they brought up Kobe's legacy. For people that don't know about his past allegations, he was accused of rape, but that case was dismissed because I guess the witness didn't want to testify. But the case was dismissed, and the
Set it outside
cases
of court.
and the charges were dropped and all that shit. But since that was a thing, Gayle King brought that up to. I don't know why she brought it up, but she pretty much brought it up to ask Lisa if she thinks that ruins kind of Kobe's legacy, and Lisa was just like, I think now we should just let things be the way they are because y'all had plenty of time to talk about it while he was alive. And the case and the charges brought up against him were dropped, so I feel like y'all should just let it be and just let his legacy be what it is. And I don't know, like it caught a lot of controversy online just because there was like an entire interview. I don't know how long it was, but just like those 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you watch the whole thing?
I didn't watch the whole
Alright,
thing,
so-
but it's just crazy how that clip was the one that went viral.
So there's actually she's heated about that because that's the only part that was dissected, and that was only a short 2-minute clip. And apparently, I haven't watched the whole thing myself, but apparently, like, there's more to it that led to that, and there's an explanation. And apparently, people have been fired over that interview. So
good.
yeah, like her, like not like she's heated and CBS is heated. Like that's a bad look on them because that's an interview on their network. You know, they ain't trying to lose niggas for that shit.
But why even bring it up in the first place?
No,
Even if
like
it's
that's the point. Like that, it wasn't supposed to go down like that. Like the way it was released and all, it wasn't supposed to be
It
like
doesn't.
that.
Even if it was the
That
5
question should've
minutes,
never been
10,
asked?
it
I don't
should have
think the
never been
conversation
asked.
should have been
period.
had.
I hear it, but I'm
Period.
just trying to be devil's advocate for Gayle King because
No, because
she
she's
usually
wrong.
out
She's
here
sitting-
doing her thing.
No, she's sitting here doing her thing, hanging out with rapists and all these things. But she want to go talk about a man who just passed away. Go off, sis.
But it's
Seriously.
only it's only been 2 weeks. That's what I'm saying. Like the dude only died 2 weeks ago. They didn't even have his memorial yet. They're having it at the end of this month. So like there's a lot of people still grieving about the situation, and Kobe and Lisa were two very good friends. You feel me? They were very good friends. So obviously you must know that she is also still grieving.
LA legends.
So now you're having a conversation, and if Gayle wants to remember Kobe, cool. They know each other, so yeah, bring her up. But then it's just how you choose to remember him. That's
She was trying to
the
make it
disrespectful
spicy.
part. You feel me?
She
It's
was
like
trying to add
the
some
dude
spiciness
passed
to the
away, and
interview.
it's like now you're trying to like kick dirt on his grave. You feel me? And that's why I don't know. That's why I wanted to see how y'all felt about it. If y'all like peeped that shit at all. I thought it was nasty. It was dirty. Should have never been done.
It
I
was
felt the same way
tasteless.
Lisa
But
felt.
yeah.
Like, yo, y'all had his entire career to keep coming at this man for it. He was celebrated after he retired. He was celebrated during retirement. Let him be celebrated
a cheap
after
shot.
everything else. Like, yo, suck my dick.
Maybe it was a publicity stunt. Who knows? I mean, it's CBS, so I doubt
That's
it
what I'm
was
saying.
that.
That's what I'm saying,
She was
like-
trying to make it spicy. Like, you're trash.
That's what I'm saying. Like the reason that part was the only one that went viral. It's like I
Don't
feel like
matter.
somebody in CBS was like, yeah.
This is gonna boost.
Send
Like-
that shit
And that's
out.
probably why they got fired. I'm pretty sure it was those people who got fired.
Probably
He's the best artist out here now. Not in Boston, but just in general.
best artist out here.
In the game.
The baby.
You think?
Him or for me? Like,
You see
do you,
her
are you
face?
asking me personally, or do you think like?
Personally, yeah, I'm asking you personally.
Oh, on a personal level, for me,
Yeah, like, who do you think?
Ji.
Really?
Like he's literally all I bump sometimes. Like no cap, bro.
Are you saying like just new people or just people in general?
people in general?
J.I. Prince of NY, J.I.?
Yeah, bro.
I
Like,
think he's better than everybody out here right now.
I think he's upcoming real strong right now. I ain't about to say that.
Nah,
Jay-
J.I. is fire.
Jay's-
No. J.I. is fire. I just want to make sure you know.
Nah,
what
that's
you're
why I said
saying
the
right
baby
now.
first. The baby, I can make that case easy. I'm sorry. He's literally, yeah, probably.
Yeah,
the
go
best
ahead, make
rapper
that
I have.
case.
Damn.
Please.
Nah,
Yeah.
What's up?
I know, you know.
Yeah.
He got a bunch of co-signs from different artists from all different, regions of the country. From West Side, from East Side. So he got the co-signs from both coasts. That's
Yeah.
good. Not only that, he's getting booked everywhere he goes, everywhere he touches down. Everything that he does on social media is being crazy publicized all over social media.
Facts. He has a great PR
His
team,
songs
I'll
are
give him
hits.
that.
More importantly, he got a bunch of haters, and you popping when you got haters, son. Like. He's at the highest that he can be. He's at his prime right now. You know what I'm
crazy
saying?
court cases too. That's when you know you out here. When niggas trying to
And
take
he got
you
the
down.
crazy court cases.
That's when you know, because niggas trying to take you down. I think you're wrong, but that's okay.
Who do you think?
Future. I don't even got to make a case for Future. Future speaks for himself. That's all
At this
I-
particular moment,
Future speaks for himself.
at this particular moment, you think Future is the best artist out here?
The
Yes.
baby uses the same bass line in every single song.
That's my only thing.
I'm just
I
gonna
love the baby,
say,
but
like,
that's
he
my
got
thing.
bars, but it's the same.
It's the same
Like the
thing,
4-beat
unfortunately.
pattern, it's the same bass line and everything.
Unfortunately.
It's like my same issue with Pop Smoke. It's like, yeah, all these like songs are like fire, but if you were to just strip away all the 808s, the synths, and you just looked at the bass line, just the bass line, it is the same exact thing in every single song. And for that, I can't say you were the best in the game, because to me that just takes away from your versatility. You can be fire, but if you're working with multiple producers, the fact that that bass line, that 4-beat thing is the baby sounds, the fact that he has that for his sounds,
I think he's trying to use
That's
what
gonna
works
die
with
for
him,
him. I'm
though.
about to say,
Yeah.
no, in fact, that works for him, but I'm gonna say that's eventually gonna
Trying to,
die.
build up
compliments
the
him.
bread as much as he can.
Yeah.
He knows
think-
it works, so he's gonna make bread off.
whatever. Yeah, she got all my answers. I'm gonna shut
I'm
up.
sorry.
Nah, you said it. You said it.
Nah, I
right
hear
out my
that.
mouth.
I just think that sound is gonna die eventually, and I hope like with his next album he does go into a different sounds, because if I was to put Kirk right next up to like Baby on Baby and I just played random songs, I bet you couldn't tell me what was from what album.
Nah, I could.
Well, yeah, if you're a fan, then you'll know.
I
But,
guess.
like,
But like, I like to compare. Like, look at the
production was
Migos.
better,
People
so-
hated how their albums were sounding because they kept sounding the same, and then when they eventually tapped into different areas, like I don't know, like kind of pop EDM with kind of Calvin Harris in that song, that Slide song. And then they got on dancehall beats. Surprisingly, people are like they don't even gravitate towards those songs as much. But then it's like you want them to be versatile, but when they do, you don't show them the same love as their albums that they got the same flow and the consistency on. Something that complements
Because they're
them.
proving to you why they do the same thing over and over. They're not versatile. What he said.
I think they are. I think people just not giving them a chance. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying specific. I'm not even specifically talking about the Migos. I just mean in general. You know what I mean? I do think there are some rap artists that can tap on different types of things. And Tory taps on damn near everything. You know what I'm saying? The drill. He just dropped 2 drill songs. He sounds like
facts. He was
amazing,
just chilling
bro.
with
Like,
Fabio. He was just chilling with
Fabio,
Fabio.
like, you know what I mean?
That's why.
Like it was
You know,
nothing.
I mean, hey, you know all them Toronto niggas. They
And,
just
yeah,
be
Drake
taking
is
flows
just- he
like
kinda-
nothing.
yeah.
They be taking flows like nothing, bro.
That's crazy. Dad. That's crazy.
It's a Toronto thing.
Dang.
That's all. Yeah, no, I keep it a buck.
That's
My future city though, for real.
Wow.
But it's like crazy. See, if I was to just type in the baby on this program, thanks. If I was to type in the baby on this program and just look at like all the BPMs, I'm pretty sure they'd all be the same. I'm about to say, give this nigga a different tempo, see if the energy's still gonna be the same. You feel me?
what do you think about the there was one he had the one we had with J. Cole. I thought that was like a slower tempo for him, something that he's not usually kind of used
Under
to.
the Sun?
It was still the same shit. If you
Think so?
When you really think about it, it was low key the same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
And he bodied that.
Like,
too,
yeah,
but,
nah,
like,
there can be
that
different.
was in
like,
his pocket.
Like there are variations of like the shit he's talking about, but like I know what he's saying. Like when you really listen, it's the same thing.
It's his flow.
Like he's saying,
I think that's his flow.
Yeah, but like
No, I'm not saying he's saying the same shit. I'm just
Future
saying,
got
like,
different flows. Young Thug got different flows. J. Cole got different flows. The baby, same flow.
I also feel like he's early. You know, he just got popping just now. People
He's
usually
28.
tap into their versatility after their shit dead. After their shit's kind of like, all right, we're over this the baby phase. Give us something new. He's still on that
Yeah.
prime phase.
He's
This is
trying to
why,
make
like,
his
give him some
bread.
time to like get a
Okay.
little versatility. But I feel you, like, if he hasn't shown any signs of versatility just yet, and you feel like you can make that argument,
No,
he's not versatile.
we just had to show you why the baby ain't that nigga right now.
But you haven't shown me why Future is.
I don't need to. Future speaks for himself. Longevity.
That's awful.
He just really loves
That's
Future.
longevity. We
And
can
it's
talk
just
about
like a
not
vet,
worth
so
it.
I'm not.
You
I'm
just-
not gonna
just
say
a
he's the
little bit.
best
Okay.
in the game, but
Because
he is
that's
a
just
vet.
his
So I'll just give
man's.
Future
We're
that.
not gonna.
Wait till he drops his
So
album.
Drake,
with Drake.
You can say Drake. Drake has been. How long has Drake been relevant?
Like 10, 11.
Oh, he's been holding it down for 10 years.
years.
Like if anyone
So,
just
if
said
we-
Drake, I just wouldn't
If
have.
you
want to
talk about longevity, then Drake's king.
I'm
right
gonna say
now.
Future's better than Drake just because every time they rap on the same song, Future outdoes Drake. Lord Jesus.
I don't know why are you so
Okay.
bad?
I will say a couple songs, yeah,
yes,
but not,
but
no,
not
I wouldn't
every
say
single
every song.
song.
Most songs.
Eh,
majority.
Wow.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Do you not like Drake? You just love Future?
I don't know.
I'm a Future stan, bro.
Oh my god.
Future. I'm gonna go bump.
Yeah,
me
you
up.
guys
Yeah, for
stupid
his
or are you
character.
crazy or are you dumb? Which one? You could pick one.
Never Stop. You ever listen to Never Stop?
Huh?
You ever listen to Never Stop?
Drake's not on that
Why would I listen to Drake?
because you.
That's on the
That's what I'm
Wizard.
saying. Do you not
Yo,
like
It's the
Drake?
first
They come up
song
with a
on
What
the
a Time
Wizard.
to Be Alive too, bro. Oh my god, it should be a good year.
He's about to outdo Drake on every track.
Future will outdo Drake on every track.
On What a Time to Be Alive.
Two, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm just
I
wait.
will
I'm
only say that.
gonna
'cause
just wait
that's
for it.
exactly
I'm not
what he
gonna
did
say
on the
nothing. I'm
first
gonna wait
one.
for it.
I'm gonna say that because that's what Future did on the first one.
It was so dope album.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's a dope
if you got Metro Boomin coming back to do that shit, it's gonna
Yeah.
be a Future tape. I'm sorry.
Is he retired? Right?
No, right?
Oh.
He just did that shit with The Weeknd.
Nah, because some I remember like a couple years he was retired and
Oh,
Gucci
yeah.
Mane brought him out of retirement. He's like, here's a mill.
Can
No,
y'all
yeah.
say happy birthday? Y'all didn't say happy
Oh,
birthday.
I'm sorry.
Nah, let's wrap this shit up.
Did we not say we said happy birthday in the beginning?
We started off by saying happy birthday. What the fuck? You started the show by saying it's my birthday.
birthday.
All right.
Right.
So y'all ain't gonna end it with saying happy birthday?
Let's get into our reality checks.
That's how we feel.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
I said happy birthday.
Thank you. Psych.
All right, let's get into our reality checks.
Right.
All right. So since it is
Hold
my
on.
Snap at
Oh, I was
them.
about to say.
since it is my B-Day, I'm gonna make this, reality check
Right.
about myself. I want y'all to go on my socials, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, send me a happy birthday. I would really appreciate that. I had to work today and then I came straight here. So, I've been a busy dude all day. No relaxing. So, them happy birthdays will really make someone happy. That someone is myself. So if you want to make that someone happy, that someone is myself. Go do that for me.
Happy birthday. Lord. Okay. I guess I'll tap into Dev's reality check last week because you guys didn't listen to him. So maybe I'll just reiterate it and maybe you guys will listen this time. Wash your hands, okay? When you sneeze, please cover your mouth. Drink some tea. Lemon and ginger is your best friend. For my friends who like a little bit of kick in their tea, add some cayenne pepper. That'll do you some justice. Vicks.
Wipe your ass.
Okay. Okay. Wipe your ass. What else do we got? So we have this thing called Win Masket tea for you guys. That could just be any type of, dark liquor. Just warm that bad boy up. Put some sugar. Mix it around and just put that in your body because I'm tired of y'all spreading your germs. Thank you. That's it for this week.
Wait, Win Masket has liquor in it? That's just liquor?
Win Masket tea is not liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was oil. The wheel, that's not oil? That's just
No,
liquor?
It's liquor.
Oh, Haitians are crazy. Shit, I will give y'all that.
Shout out to all my Zoes, man.
How about for yourself?
I'd say for anybody kind of inspiring local startups, artists, companies, agencies, I say what my big brother told me yesterday is like, don't wait, create. So don't wait for the opportunity to come through your door. Go create them. You know what I'm saying? For me as a DJ, as an example, I gotta go create my leads. Hit people up. Let promoters know I'm out here. I'm doing my thing. Give them a chance to listen to my mixes. You know what I mean? Go promote yourself. No one gonna do it. If you ain't gonna do it, no one's gonna do it for you. So.
Word.
That's big facts.
Word. And then for my reality check this week, I will just say to never stop chasing after what you want. You feel me? If the bag presents itself, and it's for the taking. By all means, go ahead and take that shit. Anybody that like gets in your way, you know, kick them to the side, push them to the side, because it's your time for the taking. You feel me? So the reason why I say that is because sometimes I like to look back into the past to see what we were doing on the podcast earlier, and when I just see the growth from the show, like from years ago to now, I'm proud. When I see the growth of the artists that come on the show and to see where they're at now, I'm proud, because I'm like, hey, we saw something in you and now you're doing something great. Like, I don't know, that just like that growth and that potential is dope to see from people. You feel me? So never stop chasing after what you want, because once you get that shit, it's going to be beautiful to see that shit flourish. You feel me? Trust me. And that's my reality check. And that was pretty much the end of the episode. DJ Potential, thank you for pulling up.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you. You feel me? Rich, happy birthday. You feel me?
Happy
I'll
birthday.
Give you that handshake.
It's my birthday.
And also, I didn't say this
fucking
in the
birthday.
beginning of the episode, but hello, shout out to us because we turned 2 years old. You feel me? Hey, the podcast.
2 for
is
2 lit.
old. We
2
lit.
years. That's strong, yo.
Shout out to everyone that's been listening to us. You know, we appreciate the love. And we are just going to, you know, get better, grind harder, and, you know, become hotter. We're going to take over the city, you feel me? So, it's been your boy, DME.
It's been your boy Cozy Rich, and it's been my birthday.
It's been your girl Imani.
It's your boy DJ Potential.
You've been listening to The Urban Products. We will catch y'all next week.
And it's not going to be my birthday.
God.
Fuck this.